Alrighty, I call for approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of November 17th, 2014.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for the regular meeting of November 17th, 2014.
Second. Roll call.
Filigrana.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felton-Jeruth. Aye. Mayor Pro Tem Edwards.
Aye. Okay, we're moving to visitors. If I can call at this time Chief De Laurentiis.
Thank you, sir. I wanted a few minutes, more than a few minutes, to acknowledge some of the employees from the city that over the last 7-8 months have really done an outstanding job for the city, and a lot of calls. This was a very busy year we're ending, and there should be some acknowledgement made to quite a few employees. I'm just going to start off. I'm going to start off from the oldest to the newest and acknowledge their efforts that they put forward. So I'm going to first call up, is Dave in here yet? Dave Barros? Can someone can we do a switch with Dave Barros real quick and have him come in?
And Mike, just to be clear, when you say oldest, you just mean longest with the city.
Yeah. No, I don't mean oldest person, oldest timeline. This was April 15th.
You gotta forget the chief, he's the oldest.
I'm the oldest here. Thank you. Michelle, can you grab Dave real quick? Okay, thank you. We'll go with the second one. So I'd like to have Michelle Siebert come up, Lisa Holgerson come up, Detective Jason Dorman come up, and Sergeant Sean Humphrey come up. And I'd like to congratulate Lisa Holgerson. She just had a baby. How long ago now? 4 weeks?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. I was
Right
close.
there.
Oh, there he is right there. She's been on maternity leave right now. I'm going to do this all at once with the 4 involved here. And of course we have Farrell with Sergeant Humphrey. They go everywhere together. He bought dinner the other day we were out. The dog did. On May 22nd at 4:30 p.m., the Florence Police Department received a 911 call from a young male adult who had fired a shotgun at his parents' Penrose home. The young male had been drinking alcohol and was upset over recent events. When the sheriff's deputies arrived on the scene, the subject fired one shot from a high-powered rifle towards the deputies. Over the next 7 hours, deputies and members of the Sheriff's Office and Florence Police Department combined SWAT team maintained a secure perimeter around the residence and attempted to negotiate with the subject, who fired several more shots from the rifle during the standoff. The subject was subsequently taken into custody without injury to him or involved law enforcement personnel. And this is to all the people here. We'll start out with Lisa and Michelle. You're demonstrating exceptional professionalism and calmness while dispatching and coordinating numerous medical and law enforcement personnel responding to the scene. While handling the incident, you were still able to handle and maintain necessary response to other 911 and non-emergency calls into dispatch. You are hereby awarded this commendation to recognize your actions, your professionalism, and service to the community. Michelle. Get your hand in a second. Lisa, and then the 2 officers involved, Sergeant Humphrey and Detective Dorman, they were actually on the SWAT team. They responded to the same call. They set up the perimeter, and it was a 7-hour-long standoff with the subject, as I stated, who fired several shots. It was eventually determined through negotiations that we were going to have to go in and take the subject, as we believe he had passed out. He's become very tired talking to me. So the SWAT team went in there. No one was injured. He was taken into custody and is awaiting trial at this date. So Detective Dorman and Sergeant Humphrey were both integral parts in that entry and formulating a plan to go in that house. Detective Dorman. Sergeant Humphrey. And I'd like to thank all of them from their service. This is continually all our employees we have here at the city have demonstrated and continue to demonstrate a high level of professionalism to our city, and I thought they should be recognized for this particular incident. Thank you, guys. Dave's here now, so I'm going to call Susie Ely and Dave Barros. Susie and Dave, come on up. Yeah. Susie and Dave were dispatchers on duty the night of April 15, 2014, at approximately 12:40 a.m. The Florence Police Department received a call of a physical fight between a father and a 24-year-old son. The son had allegedly tried to ignite 2 oxygen tanks by placing them in the kitchen oven to blow up the house. When officers arrived on the scene, the son, now armed with a 12-inch knife, jumped through a plate glass window and fled into a neighbor's house, where he forced his way into that front door of that house and locked himself in the bathroom. The son threatened to kill the homeowner if he approached. The son claimed he had been armed with an automatic rifle and threatened to shoot officers who were arriving on the scene. Officers subsequently gained access to the son and had him transported to the hospital for treatment of life-threatening lacerations. Your demonstration of exceptional professionalism, calmness, while dispatching and coordinating the response of officers and medical personnel from several agencies to the scene, plus while handling the incident at hand, you were still able to maintain necessary response to other 911 and non-emergency calls into dispatch. You are hereby awarded this commendation to recognize your actions, professionalism, and service to the community. Susie, thank you again for your hard service through many years. Any agency, you got Fremont County Sheriff's, Florence Police Department, medical, so again, they demonstrated a high caliber of professionalism there. Next award goes to Susie again and Lisa Hoverson. I said it was really a busy year this year. We had a lot of violent activity. You're going to hear some stuff that just kept occurring. Again, this was on May 22nd. May 22nd was a busy day for us. It was about a 10 or 12-hour day. On May 22nd, 2014, the Florence Police Department dispatch received a mutual aid request from the Custer County Sheriff's Office regarding an armed suicidal man at a residence in Wetmore. Custer County deputies had already responded to the scene and had observed the armed man with a shotgun standing in his driveway. The man had told dispatchers that he was a military-trained sniper, had a variety of weapons at his disposal, and threatened to shoot any officer who approached. The subject was subsequently taken into custody without injury to himself and or any other officers. During this incident, you demonstrated exceptional professionalism, calmness, while dispatching and coordinating the response of numerous officers and agencies and law enforcement personnel to the scene. In addition, in handling this incident, you handled with minimal staffing. You were able to still maintain the necessary response to other 911 and non-emergency calls into the dispatch center. You are hereby awarded this commendation to recognize your actions, professionalism, and service to our community. Lisa, again, thank you very much for your service. Susie, again, thank you very much. This was another 4-hour standoff with an armed subject who was highly intoxicated. SWAT teams were called out from Fremont County, our department, and we responded, and luckily we were able to take the subject into custody. Susie, again, I will take blame for this all at one time. I apologize. Like I said, it's been a busy year for everybody, including myself. On May 25th, the Florence Police Department received a report of a man who had fired several shots from a .45 caliber pistol in his family Penrose home. The man had been drinking and reportedly made threats towards law enforcement. Dispatchers quickly gathered information to pass on to responding deputies and persuaded other family members to leave the premises while other deputies responded to the scene. The Sheriff's Office and Florence Police Department combined SWAT teams set up their perimeter, and the subject eventually surrendered 3 hours later. You demonstrated exceptional professionalism and calmness while giving directions to the suspect as he prepared to exit the residence, and dispatching and coordinating the response of officers and medical personnel. While handling the incident, you were still able to maintain the necessary response to other 911 and non-emergency calls. You are hereby awarded this commendation to recognize your actions of professionalism in the community and to this community. Thank you. I don't know. I went through them, but I don't remember. Sergeant Humphrey, Michelle Siebert, Jessica Talbot, and Rachel Goldman. We need Rachel here now. Oh, Rachel is here. Good. May was a busy month. Like I said, this is, again, let's get, yeah. Michelle, are you here? Jessica? Oh, there,
Where'd she go?
she's so tiny. She blends in. Sergeant Humphrey's on his way up. I'm going to read the 3 dispatch first. Oh, You know what? I made a mistake, Rachel. I apologize. Rachel was also involved in the incident in Penrose. My fault. I had the pile mixed up. Rachel was the other dispatcher with Susie working that night when we had the incident with the man with the gun in the family house that he finally gave up after 3 hours. So, Rachel, I apologize. I had you in the wrong pile. But again, thank you for your service to us. Okay. Michelle and Jessica for the dispatch end of this call. On May 27th, 2014, the Florence Police Department received a report of a man acting irrationally and creating disturbance at the Quick Tuck gas station on West 2nd Street and Church Street in Florence. A Fremont County Sheriff's deputy responded and spotted the suspect's pickup truck driving on Highway 115. The deputy detective followed the vehicle into Pathfinder Park. When the detective exited his vehicle in an attempt to contact the person, the suspect drove his truck at the detective. Believing that the suspect was attempting to hit the detective with his pickup truck, the detective fired several shots at the suspect. The suspect was wounded and subsequently taken into custody and transported to the hospital. During this incident, you demonstrated exceptional professionalism, calmness while dispatching and coordinating numerous medical and law enforcement personnel to the scene. You're hereby awarded a commendation for your actions, professionalism, and service to our community. Thank you very much. Jessica, thank you very much. Jessica is our spark plug in dispatch. Keeps everybody going when they're down. Sergeant Humphrey also responded to that call that day, and he was one of the first officers on the scene to arrive and help secure the subject, render medical aid and first aid to the subject. The subject was eventually transported to a helicopter landing site and flown to a hospital for his injuries, where he remained hospitalized for about a week and is right now awaiting trial on that particular thing. So Sergeant Humphrey's quick action and getting there, assisting in medical attention to the suspect, is awarded this commendation for that particular incident. Thank you, Sergeant Humphrey. He doesn't like me, I don't know why. I'll get bit one day.
Oh, you will. Pretty quick.
Officer Bodycomb. And I'm proud of all the people who work for me in the Florence Police Department. Officer Bodycomb is a new officer. He's only been on about 6 months? 6 months now. I'm very proud of his action in this next incident. On September 7, 2014, at approximately 1 a.m., you were on patrol when you came across a pickup truck parked in a residential alley. Noticing that the pickup truck's engine was running, you stopped to investigate further. As you approached the truck, you observed a hose running from the exhaust pipe into the cab of the truck with rags and rubber tarp sealing off any openings which could have allowed exhaust fumes to escape from the truck. Upon seeing a man lying across the front seat of the truck, you immediately removed the tarp to allow fresh air into the truck, and you were able to awaken a man who was still conscious but groggy. The man who admitted that he was trying to kill himself was transported to the hospital for treatment and evaluation. If you had not come across this subject, when you did, his efforts to commit suicide would have certainly been successful to him. Your efforts allowed this individual the opportunity to seek treatment and a second chance at life. You're hereby commended and recognized for your actions, your professionalism, and service to this community. This man saved a life. Going through the alleys, just extra patrols behind the businesses and that, so came across a car just parked. He saved the man's life, and the man has come to us and thanked us for his actions too, and I'm proud of him for that. Officer Klein, Officer Gordon, and Sergeant Humphrey and Canine Farrell. I better do the dog first, because he's going to hurt me the most, I think, if I don't. Each officer had a lot to do with this particular incident. And basically, I'll go through it. On October 30th, at approximately 2 p.m., the Florence Police Department engaged in a foot pursuit of a subject who resisted arrest and fled from the scene of a traffic stop. The suspect was being detained on traffic charges and possession of narcotics. Officers lost sight of the subject as he jumped fences and ran between buildings. With the assistance of additional Florence officers, the Sheriff's Department deputies, a perimeter was established to contain the subject. Your response to the scene and assisting in the foot pursuit and the apprehension of the subject, you are hereby awarded and commended to recognize your actions, professionalism, and community service. That was Officer Byron Klein, who came to back me up on the traffic stop, as a matter of fact, and as soon as he stepped out of his car, a fight ensued between myself and the subject and a foot chase. And Officer Klein, I've never seen somebody run on and off for 45 minutes as long as he did. I ran out of gas a lot sooner than that, but he was able to maintain sight on and off, along with the next officer, Officer Gordon, who was off duty at the time. This is the kind of dedication we have in our young officers who are on the department now, and I am proud of him. He's off duty at the police station doing something. I think he was visiting dispatchers or just in the station doing something. He responded from the police station. And I'm going to say, even though he was off duty, he came from the police department, he responded to the scene to assist in locating the subject. While searching a large drainage ditch area, you spotted the subject and confronted the subject who was hiding under the bridge. The subject took off running, and using your cell phone, you immediately notified dispatch your location and the suspect's direction of travel. This information enabled officers to quickly locate the suspects and subsequently take him into custody. You are hereby awarded this commendation to recognize for your professionalism and your action and service to the community. Sergeant Humphrey responded from his house with his partner, who don't ever run from him. He is fast. I'm not talking about Sergeant Humphrey. But he responded, and this foot chase, just, lasted 45 minutes, on and off. We'd lose him, we'd find him, we'd lose him. He'd hop fences, going over fences like they were stepping over a bush. That's what happens when they're under the influence of narcotics. But the coordination of everybody, he wouldn't stop for Sergeant Humphrey's commands with the dog. He actually kept running. The dog was released, and the gentleman fought with the dog. When the dog took him down, the dog was punched and kicked. Witnesses had given a pretty detailed account of it, but we were able to take the subject into custody, get him medical attention for his injuries that he received, and he is awaiting trial now. So all these officers should be commended, and again, Officer Gordon off duty came in to help, and I thank the young officers we have on today for their dedication to this city and department and the community. Byron? Thank you, sir.
What, the dog don't get a plaque?
I got a bone for him in the back. He's big bone.
No,
Probably
you
should
should
have-
get him a plaque too.
No.
They're gonna have to share it. They'll fight over who's gonna put it up and where in the canine cage or in the house. Thank you again, and I apologize. There were so many at this time, but it's been a really hectic, as you see, busy year we've had this year at the Florence Police Department. But you've got a great group of employees here.
Thank you.
I would like to say, I think that we have a great police force. I don't know half of you, three-fourths of you, but I am very happy to see that you're all here. I think that maybe next time when I go by you, I'll slow down a little bit, But honestly, you have a right to be proud of your department, sir. You've done a good job with them. You're doing a good job with them. And all of these guys are fantastic, and the dispatchers, God bless you.
Thank you.
May I say something too?
They, be honest with you, they make me look good, but we've got a good group, and what's still nice is we're growing, but they are still family. They still treat each other like family, and that's something I think some police departments still lose. We still have it here, and I'm proud of that. Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to be proud of yourself too.
No, thank you.
Chief, on behalf of the city, and I'm sure the citizens too, we owe you guys a great debt of appreciation for everything you did.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, do we have any other visitors that would like to speak?
Do we,
Okay, we'll move right into old business. Connie Higgs.
she's not here. She's not here.
That discussion is your fault.
Okay, we'll move right into new business, a review of the audit proposals.
We were given 4 audit proposals for this year's audit to be performed next year. They range in price from $9,900, and I actually put in the miscellaneous, so that may not or may not, to all the way to $39,500. We discussed it earlier. I did make John Cutler is the lowest bid out of Denver. I have contacted him last Friday, asked why it was so diverse, and his answer was pretty much that we don't have a lot of overhead. I did call Blackhawk, the finance director up there, gave them a glowing review. Said that they come in, they do their work, they get out. They don't get into the really nitpicky, they go for the big topics and just, making sure that you're fundamentally doing what you need to do. Because sometimes auditors will get into the very nitpicky and waste time and drive up the price. So he said he has not felt that. They just re-engaged them for, he didn't say how many more years, but they re-engaged them for a longer term. And he's been very pleased with not only John, but his staff, that he feels that they're very professional. So Reuben Brown was ours, and they were the third highest. They were right at around $37,000 for the year. So it's really you as a council who you want. The auditors report to you, they work for you, they don't work for me.
Are you going to try to contact anyone else?
I tried the other one, but it was so late that I
It was
didn't
late in the
get hold of
afternoon,
anybody.
so.
Yeah,
Yes.
after a holiday weekend, so he answered, right away, and he, like I said, and that was Blackhawk, that was the most hours that they had down for their timing, so they didn't know who, or if anybody I was gonna contact, and he answered, and he was very, forthcoming. I asked him any surprises, came back with, but he didn't, he had, nothing but positive to say about John Cutler's.
Well, since we're actually just reviewing, perhaps maybe we could get make another phone call or two and see what the results are. Because unless we make this decision tonight.
We need a recommendation so we can have a resolution ready for next meeting. We have to
Okay.
bind it with a contract.
Okay, well, does it have to be in a motion?
Well, we can,
This one seems kind of, to me, this is a pretty, the price is so much lower than any of the
Well,
other.
I agree.
And yet they've got the good reference.
Where we're gonna run into problems is they always usually come in December to do some interim work toward the end of the month. They do inventory testing, some will do AP testing, some will even do payroll testing.
We need to engage.
So, unfortunately, we had gone out for a one-year bid, which is why you get really the high prices. This is a 3-year engagement. So yeah, you're taking a risk with whomever. Like I said, I do know Garen Ross and I do know Reuben Brown. I don't know the other one.
may I say something?
Yes.
I guess we can make a resolution, but with condition that you will get to call some other referrals too,
Well, that's
yes.
what I was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
also. Based on that, everything.
You're not going to actually vote on it until next meeting, but we need
Yeah.
to be able to get the agreement ready and
I would
the
agree.
resolution next
Right.
meeting.
Okay. I think we should do that.
But the price sounds really good.
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
We'll go with the consensus.
No.
Okay. Appointment to BOZA. The term is to expire 12/31/15. I believe we have a, in fact, I know we do, we have a submittal this time.
You?
Request.
Need a motion?
Is that just an appointment made by
No, it has to be by council. You need a motion.
and I make a motion that we approve Gary P. Sandlock,
Sankit.
I'm sorry,
Sankit.
Sankit.
Second.
Sankit.
thank you all. To the Board of Zoning, and adjustments, etc.
Second.
Roll call?
Villagrana.
Aye.
Pilkington.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
And Mayor Pro Tem Edwards.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Okay, mayor's report, don't have a whole lot to report, other than both Keith and Charlotte are down with illness, and Keith's apologized he couldn't be here. Just hope they get better, and so you travel on with their endeavors. Finance officer report,
I have nothing additional.
city attorney,
I have no report tonight. I guess the city manager will be asking for an executive session in regard to the sumo suit. If he doesn't, I do.
And I won't if you already did.
All right. At the end of your regular session, if you could vote to go into executive session for purposes of discussing that matter.
okay, city planner,
No, not here.
city manager.
Quickly, a couple of things. Want to remind you all that we will have the mayor-manager coffee chat at Rosebud this Thursday at 8 o'clock for anybody who can make it. And next Monday at 4 o'clock, we meet with the county commissioners here this time, I believe.
Yes.
Then the other thing I wanted to point out, in your package, you have retail sales tax collection report. One interesting thing there, it reflects September as the most recent month, so we'll get October soon for you. But an interesting trend, 3 of the last 4 months have been over 50,000 in monthly receipts on the regular sales tax. In Florence's entire history, at least going back to 2004, and I am making an assumption that before that, Florence only had sales tax receipts of over $50,000 3 times. And one of those, the one last year in 2013, quite a bit of that, that's the largest one ever, some of that was made up from previous months, where some things had been missed. So an interesting trend to have 3 of the last 4 months with that kind of sales tax revenue. And that's all I have. And I do request the executive session for...
To Mike, people was saying they were thanking the city crew for putting the asphalt down on the railroad track. They appreciate they done a really good job having that put down and everything. But they wanted to know when they're going to move their pile of ties out of there.
We'll get working on that.
They don't want to see that.
It worked out really well because thankfully
Yeah.
the project was being finished in Canyon City, so we were able to get asphalt way cheaper than having to bring it down from Denver. And that turned out really good because we were also able to do some repairs, some patching throughout town. So it worked out good last week, probably the week before that.
Okay, do we have anybody want to report on any committee reports this evening? Very good. Bills allowed?
I'll make a motion that we pay the bills.
Second that.
Roll call.
Baker.
Aye.
Villagrana.
Aye.
Edwards.
Aye.
Pilkington.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
I make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss
It'd actually be 2 topics, Paul, the sumo matter.
The 2 topics that are listed here.
Right.
Request for city manager's evaluation process and
And the sumo matter.
and a sumo matter.
Yeah.
Second.
Roll call.
Villagrana.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Pilkington.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Edwards.
Aye.
Yeah, just want to go straight in there. Not a big crowd to talk to.
Yeah.
Is our Dolphins winning tonight?
You want to talk about it?
I don't know. I'm TiVoing it, so I don't want to know.
That wasn't one of the subjects in my motion.
Well, I want to thank two visitors that came today.
What was that? Oh, latest score, 24-6. Thanks for the report. Miami's losing it.
I'm just kidding. Is it Jets winning or what?
I don't know, I'm not checking the TiVoing again.
Fish are being slaughtered.
Oh, boy.
Delayed.
Oh,
I think that's the
Thank
quickest
you.
meeting we've had in 2 years.
Come on, Tom.
Alrighty, I'll be there. I'll be there.
That's a good game yesterday.
I didn't see it. Green Bay? Oh, yeah, Green Bay. I seen that. That's all I saw was Green Bay.
I root for him.
So was I.
That's my number one piece.